Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we're back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin on the Sony PlayStation 4. Last time, we spent way too long creating our character, and today we're actually going to do stuff besides kill the ogre outside, because, why not? Real fast, though, I looked into the power stancing thing to make sure that I was remembering it right, and I was just primarily remembering the Elden Ring power stance, which, in that version of the game, which I think is the only other version of the game that brought it back in so far, is, in that version of the game, you can only power stance weapons of the same weapon class. You can weapon stance 2 curved swords, 2 straight swords, 2 daggers, or whatever. Whereas in this version of the game, you can power stance a lot more stuff. So, like, with our curved swords here, we can actually power stance them with daggers, straight swords, great swords, katanas, thrusting swords, axes, hammers, spears, and lances. And apparently the way this works is there's like a little hierarchy for the various weapon types, where if the one weapon is a higher hierarchy somehow, then it will do that weapon's power stance moveset. There's like different weapons have different power stance sets. Like generally in a class, like 2 maces will have the same power stance set as 2 morning stars, whereas they might take different amounts of stamina or something like that, but for the most part it'll be generally the same. This little fly bastard is bothering me. But so for like the curved swords here, if we power stance them with a axe, we might end up doing the axe power stance. It might depend on which one is in the right hand, but I'm not entirely sure. For the most part, I'll try to stick with things that make sense, like axes and hammers together, maybe, or curved swords and maybe straight swords, or just curved swords and curved swords, stuff like that. I'm not going to go too far out of the norm here. Some weapons, it seems like they're just going to get their set no matter what. Like spears will always have their spear power stance set. Let's see. Axes and hammers are more or less the same thing, I think. I think axes and hammers have slightly different versions, but for the most part they're the same. But either way, we'll primarily stick with like 2 curved swords or 2 straight swords, whatever. And yeah, for the most part, I think I will try to power stance, but every once in a while we'll do sword and shield or 2-handed or something like that. And we are going to try out lots of different weapons throughout the playthrough here. So yeah. Over here, when we destroyed this last episode, we got ourselves a torch. Now, if you're looking around your inventory for this torch, you're not going to find it, because it's just not there. It's somewhere, but it's not in here. However, if you go to your equipment slot, right here next to your equipment, it says 5 minutes. So the way torches work is you light them at bonfires or other sources of light, and you hold it in your offhand, and it provides light. And then you can also use that torch to light other, like sconces and other stuff like that. So like we could light it right here, and then we could light this right here and that right there, and all the while that 5-minute countdown is going down. When that 5-minute countdown runs out, you don't have a torch anymore. You have to find more torches, and every torch you find adds 5 minutes to your torch counter. For the most part, it shouldn't be a huge problem. Especially later in the game, you'll find bundles of like 5 torches, so you'll add like 25 minutes to your torch timer. And frankly, you won't even use it that much. And somebody died over there. I don't know who, but we got some free souls, so cool. I'll take it. Now, in this particular starting zone, if you light every torch in the area, you get a special little NPC invader that shows up. Frankly, he's not that hard, and I don't remember what you get out of it, but I don't think it's even that good. I'm going to ignore that for now, primarily because I want to come back here when we have more torch time in order to, light the torches without having to worry about the torch running out. Because what you could do is you could light the torch, run over here, run over there, and be like, oh, there's no more torches except for, that one way down there that I'm not going to get to. You could put the torch away by pressing left on your D-pad right there, and that'll put the torch away and pause the timer. But then you'd have to relight it somewhere to get it back. And frankly, I'd rather just wait till I have a bunch of time on my torch. So, yeah. Either way. let's go through the tutorial area here at Things Betwixt. Let's enter the mist, which is basically just like a little loading screen. And with this guy, we can just, you know, take him out. There we go. Let's see, we can still do our jump attack right there. Perfect. Good stuff. We could read all these little notes right here. They're just like little tutorial stuffs. Like, we'll check them out, but I don't think anything's going to say anything that I really don't already know. Like, it might remind me of something that I forgot, but for the most part, it shouldn't be a huge deal. Circle and dash. Whee! We could have our torch out, and it would make things look slightly better here, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. I think it'll come through rather nicely. I think the lighting on this game is fine. I think on the original version of Dark Souls 2, the lighting was a bit more funky, but oh well. Hey, look, there's an ogre down there, and there is a coffin that he's staring at. So cool. We're not going to be able to get there for a while. They changed some stuff in the Scholars of the First Sin version game. By the way, that's what our backstab looks now. You like stab him, you like knock his knees out, and then you continue the backstab. It's much more cinematic than it was before. So that looks really cool. So they did change a lot of stuff from Scholars of the First Sin and the normal version. They added enemies. They changed enemy placements. They switched up some item locations. Now, I've never actually played the original Dark Souls 2. I've played bits and pieces of it, but I have not played. I've seen playthroughs of it, but other than that, I haven't seen too much of it. So I don't know all of the changes, but I do know they made some of the like enemy locations and items. What they also did was, we're going to see it in a minute here. There are stone statues that block the ways at a certain point. And I think in the original version of the game, just the base Dark Souls 2 version, there was only like 5 or 6 or something like that, and they barely even made a difference. Here, there's like 18 or 20 or something like that, and there's just enough items to unpetrify everything throughout the game as there are statues that you need to unblock. There might be like one extra or something like that in case you go in the wrong order or something like that, but yeah, it's definitely much more of a mechanic here than it was in the original version of the game. I thought there was a locked door around here somewhere, but apparently not. Move camera. Yay. Let's see. Oh, there's an item right there. We'll grab that momentarily. However, this right here kicks the ladder down. And this right here is the crows. I think they're called Pickle Pea and Pickle Rum for some reason or another. I'm not entirely sure why. But you'll get items called Smooth and Silky Stones. There's small, there's medium, and I think there's large. And then also the Petrified Something. And you can drop these here. Just use the leave command, not the use command. If you use it, you gain like a tiny little bit of health or something like that, recovery. But you leave it. And then they leave an item in place. You don't have to load out or anything, you just pick it up. So it's really nice. And we got a bolt stone. Nice. That will be that'll let us turn a weapon into lightning scaling, which is real nice. I really like the way they did weapon upgrades in this. You don't have like 12 different types of Titanites this time. You just fall off the ledge. This is Dark Souls, bitch. If they had just put bitch in the trophy right there, that'd be fantastic. But you have your basic Titanite for upgrading, and you upgrade your weapons to plus 10, I think it is. And then the various stones you got, like that bolt stone right there, what those do is those change properties. Like use a bolt stone to make your curved sword into a lightning curved sword. You use a hailstone or magic stone or whatever to give it lightning damage. You use a bleed stone to give it bleed. Stuff like that. So it's real nice. The only downside to that is they don't have one for, unlike in let's say Demon Souls, they don't have a heavy or a keen or something like that. So if you're just doing like so they don't have one that like scales to like strength or one that scales to dexterity is what I'm trying to say here. So if you have a character like us that is just going to be a dexterity based, yeah, you might want to put poison or bleed or something on it. But for the most part, you'll probably just be fine not bothering with any of that because, well, you'll get the most damage out of your weapon just being normal. I mean, you could also turn it into fire or something like that, but you lose a bunch of the scaling and all that other stuff. So, oh well. Let's do R2 and R2 for that little combo right there. We missed our second hit. Oh well. I would like my 1,000 souls because we need those for levels. Yeah, with the crows in this version of the game, they don't give you specific items for specific items dropped. What they do is for each item, each type of item that you can drop for them, they will give you a random item from a pool of items. And that'll basically be like, oh, you gave me the small stone, so you'll get a random item from this tier of rewards. You gave me the medium stone, you get a random item from the medium tier of rewards. Stuff like that. So that's why with the petrified something that you could have picked at the start of the game for your starting gift, yeah, you could have done that, and you might have gotten something really good, but more than likely you probably would have gotten like the Twinkling Titanite or something like that, which is still good, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to do anything with said Twinkling Titanite anytime soon. So, oh well. We could, yeah, let's two-hand our weapon. Why not? There we go. And let's go. There you go. Ooh, R2 on that did pretty good. I think I still like the little double slash right there. That's nice. But the R2 on just the two-handed is nice too. Okay, let's see. There is a ladder right there, and there is a jump right here. Now, jumping in Dark Souls 2, I never feel like my character is going to make the jump, because as you can see, he has a very stubby little jump. Ooh, Amber Herbs. Those are good for spellcasters. Those recover a certain amount of your spell uses. I want to say Amber Herbs like 15 or 20% or something like that. Oh, and speaking of spell uses, something I forgot to mention. Last episode of the character creation for mages and anybody else using spells or miracles or anything like that. Attunement raises the number of times you can cast your spells. It's not a how should I put this? So like, let's say with like it raises it at certain levels. So like, let's say at like I forget the exact numbers, but let's say at like 13 attunement, you'll get one extra cast out of your basic soul arrow or something like that. And then at attunement level like 20, you'll get another cast out of it or something like that. So it works out pretty nice, but one kind of problem is that I think you start off with less spellcasts from your spells in this game compared to Dark Souls 2. So I think when you get to higher attunement levels, compared to Dark Souls 1, I'm sorry. So I think when you get to higher attunement levels, you basically end up with the same amount of cast you would have had in Dark Souls 1. So it's a real nice concept for, making you feel like you're getting more powerful by letting you cast more spells. But again, I think you have less cast overall. Let me actually look at that real fast, because I think that's what they did. Let's see if I look at... No, not you. No, not you either. No, I think it was the other one. Okay, let's see here. So if I look at... If we look at, like, let's say, Soul Arrow. Okay, so in Soul Arrow, for Dark Souls 1, you started off with 30 uses of it. In Dark Souls 2 here, Okay, so this one you start off with 30 uses, and then at Attunement level 15 it goes up to 31, 26 goes up to 32, at Attunement level 32 it goes up to 33, 38 goes up to 34, etc., all the way up until 94, where you get 40 uses out of it. However, some of the other stuff, I think especially miracles. Like let's check out heal real fast. Okay, so heal in Dark Souls 1, you have 5 uses. Heal in Dark Souls 2, you start off with 3, and in order to get 5 uses, you get up to 49 attunement, and you have 5 uses. And if you want that 6th use, you have to get up to 94. So, yeah, some of them you start off with less, and some of them you start off with about the same. Lightning Spear. By the way, miracles in general, they just got nerfed from the start of Dark Souls 2, just in general. Like, I think I was watching somebody, and he had I think he started off with 10 lightning bolts or something originally, and now you start off with 3. It's kind of sad, actually. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, you start off with 3 uses of Lightning Spear, and then you can eventually get up to 15 uses at 94 attunement, whereas in Dark Souls 1, you had 10 uses just flat out. So, yeah, it's a nice concept where you get more uses out of your stuff for leveling up that stat, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff does have less uses to start off with, so you end up basically... Yeah, okay, you might end up... it seems like you'll mostly end up with more if you power level your attunement all the way up to, 94, which is the maximum that you'll get the bonus for anything there. But if you don't, then you'll have less or about the same at 50 attunement or something like that. So it's definitely more of a... more of a pain in the ass, I guess. But it is pretty nice. Like that was something that I liked about my mage playthrough, or my sorcerer playthrough, whatever it's called, is I just kept getting more uses of my soul arrow as I leveled it up, or great soul arrow, or heavy soul arrow, or whatnot. So that was real nice. I liked that. It was great. Okay, that's where we started from. That's the ladder that we could have taken down, but we don't need to. Okay, cool. So we're doing pretty good. There's Mr. Ogre right there. So yeah, Attunement does stuff like that. The Amber Herb, like we just picked up, it recovers spell uses. This, I know for a fact this guy was not here in the original version of Dark Souls 2. This is a statue, and you need to use the item that unpetrifies this guy, or any statue really, to unpetrify him and get to where those 2 ogres are. Spoilers, there's a second ogre hiding out somewhere over there. You just can't see him. So, it's not a huge deal, but it's definitely something they changed. Like, again, they made it so that those statues are much more common, and you actually have to use your branches. But yeah, that's the little tutorial area. I don't think we missed anything besides some of the areas that we can't even get to right now. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let's get out of here. And let's head into... I think the land that we're in is called Dringlik. I forget exactly, but I think it is called Dringlik. Yeah, it's called Dringlik. And then our starting town, which we're going to notice in about a few seconds here. By the way, I don't know why there's so many messages here. You're kidding me. Try tongue and short women. Okay, that one's not too bad. Okay. But yeah, let's get out of the tutorial area, and this is one of the nicer little hub areas right here, Majula. So we're not in the hub area right off the bat. The hub area is where that little fire pit is, and you can see the buildings and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the land of Dringlik, and we are currently in the town of Majula. Nice and sunny out here. I'll be quiet at some point so you guys can hear the music. There's some place that we're going to want to drop off for an item here, but we got to find that. How's our... Yeah, 29. We're doing good on weapons. I think right here, actually. Yeah, we want to drop down right here. And then we get the option to drop down one more time, I think. Yeah, right here. And then you turn around, and right here you get the Morning Star and Clerics Sacred Chime. I think the Cleric starts off with the Mace, not the Morning Star. Yeah, because the Mace needs 12 strength to start. And you can also get your Cleric Sacred Chime for casting miracles and whatnot, so real nice. Let's go over a couple things here in the menu while we're here. So, if we have our attribute requirements here, obviously. So down here, we got our scalings. Scales with strength and all that stuff. We also have attribute bonus lightning, or attribute bonus dark, or attribute bonus fire, or magic right here. So it scales based on your lightning attack or your magic attack or something like that. And these are down here. So the higher these are, the more they do. So it can do more fire damage, or more lightning damage, or more dark damage, or stuff like that. So that's really nice. By the way, with that, let's see, with this bolt stone we have, imbues equipment with lightning, what you can do with something like that, which is really nice, I like this, you could, if you're a cleric and you're mainly casting, lightning bolt or whatever, you could imbue your cleric's sacred chime with lightning, and that would raise the lightning damage, and I think the lightning scaling as well, so basically you just do more damage with your lightning bolts. It's real nice. And on that same note, let's say you have a weapon that innately does magic damage. You can infuse that with magic to raise the magic damage and raise the magic scaling even further. So it's real nice. You can't do that with a lot of boss weapons or super special weapons, but for the most part, yeah, you can make stuff like that much more powerful. So it's real nice. But yeah, you got the we go over there. Casting speed for casting spells, the range of bows and stuff, poise, how much damage it does to poise. I think we are at 30 right now because we have the ring on right there. How much your crits are going to do, if you have a bleed effect or poison or stuff like that, and also if you're going to use it as a shield, it tells you all that stuff over here too. So, stability for shields and durability and the weight. So good stuff right there. Good stuff. Continue on down this path right here. Be careful not to fall off. Right here, this is going to be a very important item for casters. So binoculars, those let you see off in the distance, right? So unlike in Dark Souls 1, they're not something you put in your tool belt. Instead, you put it in your hand right here. It has a little bit of weight, not too bad though. But what you end up doing is you use the binoculars to look around, and that's great, right? However, if you're a mage or a cleric or somebody casting spells, what you can also do with that is you can free aim your spells this way. So let's say you're trying to hit a switch with a lightning bolt or something like that. You could try to center it and then cast your lightning bolt, and it'll aim where you're looking at with your binoculars. You might have to fiddle with it a little bit to move your camera around and make sure you get the right spot. But yeah, that's real nice for casters right there. I didn't figure that out for a while, but the sooner you figure it out, the better. Down there, that's going to be where we're going for our first zone, or one of our first zones, one of our options for our first zones, pretty much. And then here is basically where we could have just continued down the path to get here without dropping down for that stuff. Let's see, if we go... Yeah, just keep on going down. That's where we came out right there. So if you didn't drop down, you come down here, and you're like, hey, cool, look, Majula over there, the actual hub city. But you could also turn around here and grab some items. Divine Blessing, awesome. That recovers all your health and your status ailments, I think. So good stuff right there. And then if we go through here, this will lead to an area that we can't do anything with because we need the ability to unpetrify something. So we don't have that, I think. So we're basically kind of screwed. I mean, you could go over here and There's like a guy you can talk to, and there's like a couple enemies you can fight, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to come back here later. So this episode will probably be another slower episode, because what we're going to do is we're going to go around and talk to all the NPCs in town, and like I said, a lot of these guys have a lot of dialogue, so it's going to be good for me, because I don't have to talk too much, and my throat will be happy, but it's going to be just lots of lore and whatnot, so just talking to everybody. Majula. I'm going to be quiet, let you guys listen to the music for a little bit. Yeah, I like the nice little seaside theme and ambiance and vibe going on here. It's just real nice. So we can talk to her, and she'll give us a lot of dialogue for like leveling up and stuff. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk to everybody else. I mean, you can talk to her right away. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't matter one way or the other. There's an item around here somewhere, I think. It might not show up till later, but I thought there was a item around here. Oh well. So, if we go up here, this guy is basically like the crestfallen Blue Knight type character from the previous games, where he just, mopes about all day. And if we look at this right here, the letters are worn beyond recognition. Oh, it's not telling me. That's weird. There we go. This is the amount of people that have died up until this date playing this game on PS4. Yeah, if you're playing offline, it'll tell you how many times you specifically have died. So, that's nice. Charmer ahead. Okay, so we're going to talk to this guy, and like I said, he's going to talk for quite a while. We do end up getting an item out of it, so let's go.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
The Way of Blue Covenant. I think this, if I remember correctly, this is basically the covenant where if you get invaded, somebody that is in this covenant may or may not get summoned to help you and drive off the invader. I think. I could be wrong. I don't bother with covenants too much. Blue Seal.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel? Look, it suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time.
Okay, we're in the covenant. We can learn a gesture. Welcome. We're already in the covenant.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know. Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there, not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams. The messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits to help you. Do you see the way beyond? There was once a but Hade's Tower in but the gate, but how it worked. May you find peace on your journey.
Alright, so that's, Mr. Talks a lot. He talked for like 7 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous. So, the Way of the Blue Covenant. It allows Blue Sentinels wearing the Guardian Seal to summon themselves to your world automatically when you're being invaded in order to protect you. So, you don't get summoned to other people's worlds. Other people get summoned to your world, and they help you. However, if you defeat invaders while you're in this covenant, you gain ranks. You need to defeat 1 to get to level 1, 5 to get to level 2, and 10 to get to level 3, and you get 2 rings and a spell out of it, which you can find elsewhere. So it's not bad. I think this ring also gives you a tiny little bit of health as well. Yeah, it gives you like 20. Gives you like 20 health. So you might as well put that on right now. Might as well. I don't have anything else to do with it. So cool. And yeah, like I said, some of these guys talk for forever. That guy in particular, though, he gave us some good advice. So he said we can go over to Hyde's Tower Flame, which is that over there. We could go into the giant pit in the middle of the town, which is right at the tip of my head right there, pretty much. Or we could go to the Forest of the Giants, and that one is probably the easier way to go, so that's probably where we're going to go. Actually, let me rephrase that. Forest of the Giants has easier enemies and a harder boss, whereas Hyde's Tower of Flame has harder enemies, in my opinion, and a much easier boss. Frankly, I'd rather go to the Forest of the Giants first. Also, you can see a fair chunk of where we're going to be going in the game right here. Like, like I said, that right there is Hyde's Tower of Flame, one of the areas we can go first. Over there, that little like broken Coliseum looking area, I think that's called the Shaded Woods, or something like that. You can see the pit in the middle of town we can go to. That right there, that's where we're going to go after we get our 4 giant souls, kind of like how Dark Souls, you had to collect 4 souls and stuff to, or ring the 2 bells and then collect 4 souls. So you can see a pretty decent chunk of where you're going here. It's pretty cool, actually. Right there, what is that? I want to say, I don't remember exactly where that's at. That might just be where Forest of Giants leads, I'm not entirely sure. But either way, yeah, there's lots of stuff to go through here. Yeah, he gave us a pretty good idea of places that we could go. He also told us how bonfires work, which, frankly, let's go ahead and recover just to get our health back, because why not? We'll talk to the Firekeeper later, momentarily. Oh, and yeah, you can fast travel to any bonfire in the game immediately. As long as you have that bonfire active, you can teleport to it. Fantastic. I love it. Talk to this guy right here who's not going to have a whole lot to say.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop. I'm a blacksmith. Bring me that key.
Okay. Yeah, he just wants us to get the key to his door, and then when you open his door, he'll be able to do basic blacksmithing services. And by that, I mean he'll be able to upgrade your weapons. He won't be able to apply, the lightning stone we got to make our weapons lightning, but he'll be able to upgrade stuff, and he'll have a couple things for sale, including second curved sword that we can buy to, properly power stance and whatnot. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see, if we go over here. There we go, roll through you. And more life gems. Neat. We'll be able to buy life gems rather quickly, so... this path right here leads us down to Hyde's Tower of Flame. If you want to go down there right now, we could, and just get a not very good shield and also the bonfire, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to save that for a little later. And up here, there's another covenant to join. Do not join this covenant. I repeat, do not join this covenant. I repeat, do not join this covenant. If you enter this covenant, you enter the... this will set you upon an arduous path. Okay to join this covenant? I'm going to join and rejoin the other covenant again immediately. Abandon your covenant and join the company of champions. Okay, there we go. I think that's all we need to do. Just, so the covenant of champions, it makes the game harder. Champions tablet. We don't get a ring for it or anything like that. You can offer stones to get levels, and you get a couple. Yeah, you get some decent stuff out of it. But let's see. It increases the game's difficulty level by making every enemy deal more damage, up to 50% in some cases, especially bosses. They have more health. They have approximately 20% more damage resistance. So it's basically like they're on New Game Plus almost, while you're still in New Game. It also disables cooperative play, removing the player's ability to summon anybody, including NPCs. Other players are still able to invade your world. This covenant also increases the range at which enemies notice you. Yeah, about that. Let's go back to the Meek covenant, the way of blue, because I don't like that. I've seen plenty of people start this game blind, and they join that covenant, and they're like, man, there's nobody to summon, or everything's tough. And yeah, this game, or that covenant, is basically a trap. It basically makes your life more difficult. So with the stones that you need to rank up, you need to defeat invading red phantoms, players and NPCs. Some enemies can potentially drop in them. And then you get a couple items, but nothing really terribly great. What's that right there? Yeah, it's just it just makes your life harder. That's all. That's why they tell you like 3 times. Hey, you sure about this? You sure? You really sure? You really sure? Because you probably shouldn't. They want you to know, hey, don't actually join this covenant, because if you do, your life becomes much harder. But as we saw, we got a trophy for joining it, or at least talking to it enough to join it. I don't think you actually have to join the covenant to actually get the trophy. You just have to get it to say you basically just have to say, hey, I want to join enough times. Now if you go over here, there are 3 little piggies. Oh, they're so cute. The problem with the piggies is they're very aggressive, and they're very small and hard to hit. Like, they won't kill you, but they will chase you. Like, if you aggro them, they will chase you all the way across town. You'll be talking to the firekeeper to level up or something, and they will attack you, and then they might kill you because you didn't notice the little bastards. Right here, you attack this, it falls down, and there's a body that pops up. And we get an Estes Flask shard. That will increase the number of uses of our Estes Flask when we get it, which we will be getting very soon. You want to get this right now, because without spoiling anything, you start off with 1 charge of your Estes Flask in this game. 1 charge. And the maximum charges you can get is 12 by the end of the game. And I think the maximum amount that it heals is plus 5. So you get less than Dark Souls 1, and it heals less than Dark Souls 1. So a bit of a pain in the ass, but nothing too major. We'll get over it. That's why I really like picking the Healing Wares pack, because you get the extra life gems. So, good stuff. Now in here we can talk to this guy. He'll sell armor, but I'm not terribly worried about it right now. We'll talk to him anyways, but go up here. We got ourselves a chest. Titanite Shard for upgrading our weapons. With upgrading our weapons, it's 1 shard, 2 shards, and 3 shards per tier. So, just keep that in mind. You need like 6 total for each tier. We'll go into more as we upgrade open the locksmith.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
Oh, he's a meek little fella, isn't he? So we can buy some shields here. They're okay. None of them have 100% block. Yeah, not even the great shield. I think this great shield is made out of wood. So that's why it's so light and not that great. Like it's not bad, but we'll be able to find a pretty decent shield eventually. But if you really really need a shield, you can buy one of these. They require 10 strength or 20 strength for the great shield, but I'm not terribly worried about it right now. You can also buy armor. So if you're one of the classes that didn't start without armor and you want to get something on your head or your arms or something like that, here we go. No, I'm not taking VTO. I need money. I'm broke. So you can buy armor here and a shield. We'll be buying stuff from this guy later. You want to spend a certain amount of money at this guy because it'll upgrade his shop to sell boss armors. So there we go. Oh, also before I forget. So in this game, the more money you spend at armor merchants, you actually get stuff out of it. So like for this guy, after you buy 1,000 souls worth of stuff from this guy, he'll sell the Elite Knight set and the Royal Soldier set. So very good. And then when you buy 16,000 souls worth, he'll sell another armor set. If you buy 16,000 souls worth and have no souls in your possession, he'll give you a free armor set. And then after killing certain bosses, he will sell you various. He'll sell you their various items. Also, for other merchants, let's see here. For other merchants, if you spend a certain amount, you might get a reward. So, like, let's say, where is it? So there's a merchant we're going to find, and if you spend 10,000 souls at that merchant, she'll give you a ring. A pretty good ring, actually. So, there we go. So, you want to definitely spend your souls with these guys eventually. I'm not going to do it right now, because we're a bit skimpy on souls.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here? Well,
this guy is interesting because as you buy more stuff from him and he gets more of your money, basically, his demeanor changes. Like, he'll start getting more cocky, and eventually when you spend that 16,000 souls, he'll just be like sprawled out on this like little thing, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, my shit's super good. I don't even know if you can afford it." So he changes his tune as you spend more money at him. It's really cool, actually. Okay, so everything there. That particular giant little mansion type house, we can't do anything with. And here's the pit that you can fall down and go to an area. Don't do it. That area is basically this game's version of Blight Town. It's a real pain in the ass. Also, fall damage in this game is rather severe, actually. You take much more fall damage in this game than you do in the previous games, so you want to watch out for that. In here, there's a kitty. You talk to the kitty?
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, Suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
I think this little hole right there is where she poops. Oh well. So she'll tell you about your rank in the Covenants, which is nice, but frankly I'm not terribly worried about that right now. By the way, when you abandon a Covenant in this game, it does not actually like nuke your progress, unlike Dark Souls 1. So you can freely switch between Covenants in this game, as far as I'm aware.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
This cat's a little sadistic.
We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself.
I think she's talking about the ladies that gave us our levels, or character
It
creation.
grows nicer with each passing day.
She apparently really likes the fact that we smell like a
Have
corpse.
you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already...
Alright,
Isn't it
I think it's everything she has to say. So yeah, the guy by the sea, actually, he told us more about places to go than Covenants. You're telling us more about Covenants than anything. But she actually has rings for sale that are pretty useful. See, she has the Ring of the Evil Eye, which absorbs health from defeated foes, so it gives you 30. The Silver Cat Ring, which reduces fall damage. Red Eye Ring makes it easier for enemies to see you, like the aggro range. I think this is like Covenant type stuff right here for the name engraved ring. And then this right here is actually going to be required for something later. The Ring of Whispers. And you can also buy a couple Homeward Bones, some Prism Stones, some Alluring Skulls, and some Lloyd's Talismans. I can think of several uses for Alluring Skulls right off the bat. Not immediately, but we are going to be interested in having a couple of these later. So there's definitely some stuff here that you want. Ring of Evil Eye is real nice. However, I think we can find the Ring of Evil Eye a little later. So, not terribly worried about it.
Nothing suit? Well, that's dismaying.
Alright, we're gonna say goodbye to the creepy kitty. We're gonna ignore the piggies, because the piggies are dangerous enough to warrant leaving alone. And yes, everybody to talk to a Majula, except for the Firekeeper. Let's talk to her. In the next episode, we can actually go and do stuff instead of, spending 30 minutes talking to people here, because it's how it is. I feel like there's an item over here somewhere, but I can't remember. Nope, just death. Alright, let me look at something real fast. You are 7 and 16, so in order to power stance you need like 24 and 11. Whereas with this, you would need 11 and 15 for the short sword. So yeah, we need to get plenty more decks before we can power stance anything. Okay, fair enough.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
Hey, one Estes Flask,
Go on
yay!
and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up by the power of the Emerald Herald. Neat.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be. Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estes shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past.
Okay.
Whatever came.
You finally stopped talking, because you guys talk forever in this game. I already gave you... No, let's give you the Estes Flask, or the Shard. Yeah, that gives us another Estes, an Estes use. Okay, so, let's go ahead and stop doing that. See... There we go. Alright, now we have our Estes Flask. I was going to look at the green glass bottle of unknown make, filled with Estes at a bonfire, drink permit to restore HP. The nature of the link between the Estes Flask and the bonfires illuminate the world of the undead is entirely unknown, but that is of little concern for any undead knows the value of these precious flasks. Neat. Put that on there. And then, ooh, we have a couple souls we can use to get a level there, so let's do that. I want to show you guys how slow the Estes is compared to previous games, so let's take a look here. By the way, that Phantom is like extra vivid. And that is the speed of the Estes Flask. So it's definitely something you want to be careful of in this game. That it is gonna potentially be something to watch out for, that it takes its time. And I'll show you something else real fast. Let's attack the piggies. I'm going to let them do some damage, but try not to die here. The problem with the piggies is they're so small that they're hard to hit. And also they stun you rather well, so... Also, they have remarkably a lot of health for being little piggy bastards. Okay, so you died. Ooh, I thought he dropped something. No. Okay, so let's go ahead and run away. And let's use our Estes flask. Estes Recovery is not instantaneous in this game. It takes about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. It might even take longer at higher health levels. So it's something you want to watch out for. So unlike other games where you heal and you're safe, the problem with Estes in this game is, yeah, you're healing, but because it takes a few seconds to actually heal, you might still end up dying because of the fact that it doesn't give you that healing automatically. It gives it to you over a few seconds. Die, you little piggy bastard. And yeah, they give 20 souls each. However, if you kill them enough, like 7 or 8 times, or 10 times, or something like that, they will no longer show up, and medium-sized pigs will show up. And if you kill those medium-sized pigs enough, they won't show up, and a large pig will show up. And if you kill that pig enough, well, he drops something, I think. I think it's like invasion item type stuff, or whatever. But I'm not terribly worried about it. Either way, let's go ahead and pop our 2 souls that we have here. 200, and I think this one's like 400 or something. 800. Okay, cool. And let's grab the level, and then we're going to be done. And next episode, we can actually go do stuff. Whee! Oh, by the way, I was trying to look at this chick to show some stuff, but she blurred out, and I wasn't able to actually look at her, so... She has a feather down there. That's pretty neat. I really like her outfit. It's like, the cross reminds me of, like, Templars or something like that. And yeah, she just looks... She has a nice model. I like her outfit. The green and brown is a nice color scheme. It's nice. She has a little pouch there. Now, when we're leveling up, pay attention real fast.
Bearer of the curse, seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
I thought she was done talking. Fucking A, people never... Yeah, so be sure to skip that dialogue, otherwise, you know, that's like 30 seconds out of your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and level. We can get 4 levels. So, neat. Now, something really cool about Dark Souls 2 that I really like is, let's level dexterity, and, well, right off the bat, it shows you immediately. You can see what's highlighted, and that'll show you what you're going to get from leveling. So if we level HP, we get HP, obviously, and we also get a little bit of Petrify Resist. That's really cool. We level Endurance, we get Stamina, Physical Defense, and Poise. Vitality, we get Equip Load and Poison Resist. Attunement, you get Curse Resist. Agility for your iframes and stuff. That's what adaptability primary levels is, agility, to get up to... I think you want to get up to like 110 agility in order to get the maximum benefits of making your Estes Flask faster, your life gems faster, and your rolls to have slightly more invulnerability frames. So Attunement raises it also, but it raises it much slower. I think it's like 1 point per 4 attunements. So as a caster, what will end up happening is you'll level attunement to like 40 or something, and you'll only have to put like 5 or 6 points into adaptability or something like that. I forget about how many, but you have to put less in there because you have some points from attunement to get your rolls or whatever. So, but yeah, you also get more slots. I think at level 10 attunement you get your first slot right there, so that's nice. And yeah, your cast speed goes up a little bit. Strength increases, strength and physical defense. Dexterity increases poison attack and bleed attack. Int and Faith, they increase various magic bonuses there. And notice how for both of these, they both increase Fire bonus and Dark bonus. So for Pyromancers, I think a lot of the spells still don't require a whole lot of stats, but they do scale. Your fire bonus does scale off both your intelligence and your faith. So either one will make your fire bonus damage do a pretty decent amount, and you'll be able to use your pyromancy flame to do lots of damage there. So that's pretty nice. I probably won't bother with pyromancy in this game, but if you want to, good for you. Adaptability, it gives you a bunch of resistances and the agility. Now, one thing to notice here is we're going to go and put our points into Dex. We're going to put 3 points in there. I thought we had enough for 4, but oh well. But we're getting our attack Dex up. We get a little extra poison damage, a little bleed damage, physical defense, and our HP is going up by a small amount. So up until level 20, every stat will give you 2 points of health. Up until like level 30 or 40, I think it is, you'll get 1 point of health. And after that, you won't get anything. But you could just not raise vigor and still get very minor little health gains. It's not a lot, because as you see, we're putting 3 points in here. We're getting, 6 points of health. But it is there. So you could be like, oh no, I want the extra dex, and you'll still get that tiny little bit of health. Granted, we'll still get more vigor, more from just putting in vigor than we do anything else, but it's not too bad. So soft caps in this game, I think 20 is the first soft cap, and then let me see here. It's like 30 or 40 is the next soft cap. Let's see. So, okay, so vigor, the soft cap is 20 and 50. Endurance, the soft cap is 20. Every point after 20 for endurance, instead of giving you 2 points, gives you 1 point, all the way up to 99. So you still get plenty of endurance out of it, just much slower. So from 20 to 99, that's what, 70. That's still an extra 70 frickin' stamina right there. So real nice. Vitality, the soft cap is 29, because up until 29, you get 1.5 equip load. After that, you get, I think, up until level 49, you get like 1 equip load. And then after that, you get like half or something like that. Yeah, 1 equip load per point up until 49, or 1.5 up until 29, 1 up until 30 to 49, and 0.5 every from 50 to 70, and then from 71 to 99, 0.5 every 2 levels. So you'll still get lots of stuff out of it. You just get less per. You just get your soft cap earlier. Attunement, obviously, for your spell slots and your casting speed and stuff like that. Strength, your soft cap is 40 and 60. Dex, your soft cap is. I'm sorry. No, your soft caps are 40 and 50. 40 and 50, not 60. For strength and dex. Adaptability, you want to get up to. You want to put it up until it says agility is at like 100 or 108 or something like that. I forget the exact number, but it's around there. Int, your soft caps are 20, 40, and 50. Same with faith. So. Yeah. They both increase casting speed a little bit too, so not a whole lot, but you get tiny amounts out of it. So yeah, everything actually increases lots of stats here. So my primary goal is to get up to 24 dex and let's say 11 or 12 strength for that dual wielding there, and then yeah, there we go. So look, she used the feather to level up. She like waved it over our head right there. Yeah, soft caps in this game are not too bad actually. So, and also I think it costs us like less to level up for a lot of the levels just because there's so many stats to level up. So yeah. Also, we're going to be able to find a nice little spot to farm some souls in order to get some of those levels that we need coming up in the first area, which we'll do next time. So guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Okay, that gesture right there, pumped up, he's supposed to be like shaking his fist. But it looks like he's about to roll the fucking dice. It really looks like he's at the fucking casino table. He's like, yeah, baby, give me that 16 or whatever. I don't gamble, but he looks like he's rolling the fucking dice. But either way, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Less talking, more fighting. Have a good one. Bye.